It is now book time, and I remember from morning message today that our clue for book time was that we were going to be doing food theme today. So we talked about what we had for breakfast during morning message. During small group time, our second item of today, we did exploring fruits and vegetables or a different food item from your fridge. And then our third thing for today is book time. And we will be reading Pete the Cat, Pete's Big Lunch, created by James Dean. And it is a scholastic book. Here you can see it up close. Pete the Cat, Pete's Big Lunch. What do you think this book will be about? What are your predictions for the book? You think maybe it might be about Pete eating lunch? Or maybe, I heard some of you say banana, apples, a fish. Yeah. So it looks like the story might be about Pete's Big Lunch, because that is the title of our book. And normally the title tells us what our book will be about. But let's go ahead and read it just to be sure. Pete the Cat, Pete's Big Lunch, created by James Dean. Pete the Cat, Pete's Big Lunch. Lunch? Here comes Pete. It is lunchtime. Pete is ready to eat. Pete is ready to eat. Look, he's holding out his watch for you to read. What time is it? He said it's lunchtime. What time do you normally eat lunch? Hey, that's when I eat lunch too. And it looks like after looking at the clock, looking at his watch and looking at where the little hand and the big hand are, it looks like it is about to be 12 o'clock, noontime. That is lunchtime for Pete. What should Pete eat? A sandwich would be nice. Do you think he wants a sandwich, guys? I think so too, because if I follow his thought bubble, he's thinking of a sandwich. Yes, Pete wants a sandwich. Pete opens the fridge. He's opening his fridge up looking for food. What does he have in his fridge that he can make a sandwich out of? Yeah, I see some mayo, some mayonnaise, bread, there's juice, milk, and a fish. Oh, look, there's some apples over here. I wonder if he was going to use those for a sandwich. He takes out a loaf of bread. He finds a yummy fish. He adds tomato and mayo. Look at the things that he's taking out for his sandwich. Bread. That makes sense, right? Because you need bread to make a sandwich. What about fish? I have heard of fish sandwiches, right? But normally, I don't put the whole fish like that. I have to cook it first. Mayonnaise and a tomato. Pete looks at his sandwich. It is too small. Something is missing. Pete knows what it needs. His sandwich needs an apple. Pete loves apples. Let's see. He said his sandwich was too small, so he added an apple to the top. Do you think his sandwich is ready now? I think so. I mean, it looks like a lot of food already. That's not how I would make my sandwich, but maybe that's how Pete the Cat makes his sandwiches. What do you all think? His sandwich needs crackers. Crackers are crunchy. Pete loves crunchy crackers. Pete looks at his sandwich again. It is still too small. Still too small? Do you all think it's too small? He added crackers On top of the apples. Now he has even more food. He must be really hungry. Oh, Pete is very hungry. Pete adds a pickle. Pete adds cheese. Pete adds an egg, 2 hot dogs, a banana, and a can of beans. What? Have you ever had a sandwich with all of those things on it before? Do you think he would try to eat a sandwich like that? That would be a lot of food to eat. But it does say that Pete was very hungry. Something is missing. Pete adds ice cream. He takes 3 huge scoops. I love ice cream. At first, I wasn't sure if I would eat this sandwich, but now there's ice cream on top, so I might consider it. What do you all think? Do you think he should have added ice cream to the top? I'm afraid of what might happen if it gets hot. Pete's sandwich is too big for Pete to eat. Now it's too big. He said it was too small and now he added too much food. Pete wonders what to do. Pete thinks and thinks. What do you think Pete will come up with? What do you think his idea will be? It's like he's playing the guitar while he thinks. I've got it, Pete says. Pete calls all of his friends. He asks them to come over. Bring, bring. That's his idea. He decided maybe he could call his friends to come over. Why do you think he's calling his friends to come over? Like all his friends, there's a white cat, a black and white cat, a gray cat, a white, gray, and black cat, a gray cat with blue eyes, and a dog. Even has a dog friend. Everyone goes to Pete's house. They are all very hungry. Whoa. Look, they arrived in a blue skateboard, a yellow skateboard, and then 2 of them arrived on a bicycle. And there Pete is waiting to greet his friends, and uh-oh, there's his ginormous sandwich in the background. Pete shows them his big lunch. Are you hungry? Asks Pete. Pete's sandwich is big enough for everyone. Dig in, says Pete. Woohoo! Look at that. They've all got their forks ready to dig in. Do you think that sandwich is going to be enough for all of them to eat? How many people are eating? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are eating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 of them are cats, and 1 of them is a dog. Pete's sandwich is good. Pete's sandwich is very good. Look at them, all eating. It looks like instead of cutting the sandwich into little pieces, like they each grabbed one item. Looks like he's got some, I wonder what that is. Oh, he's got some beans. This one's got a cracker, apple, hot dog, fish, ice cream, and a banana. It's like they're all eating it up. Do you think they're going to finish it? Pete's sandwich is all gone. Pete's friends are full. They liked Pete's big lunch. Thanks for lunch, Pete's friends say. Thanks for sharing. Now they're saying thank you because he made a giant sandwich and then he called them all over to help him eat it. Do you think that was a kind thing to do? I think so too. I think that Pete the cat is a good friend for sharing his sandwich with his buddies. You're welcome, Pete says. Sharing is cool. I agree, guys. Sharing is cool. What are your thoughts on sharing? Do you think it's cool? Or do you think that sometimes it might be difficult to share with people, right? I know we were learning and exploring the different ways to share with our friends at school, but now that you're at home, how have you been sharing? Do you have any brothers or sisters that you have to share your toys with? Or do you have to share anything with your parents or any of your family members at home? Before we go, I really hope you enjoyed this book. I know I did. It made me really hungry for lunchtime, so I might go prepare my lunch soon. I have a few questions before we end this video. Why do you think Pete was so hungry to begin with? He said he was very hungry. That's why he made this big lunch. Why do you think he was so hungry? I think that maybe he was at the park and he was running around and that made him super hungry. What do you think? You all saw all the different items that Pete put in his sandwich. I've never even made a sandwich like that, much less eaten one like this. What kind of sandwiches do you all make? Let me know what different ingredients you put in your sandwich. And the last question, how do you think Pete's friends were feeling when he shared the sandwich with them? I remember they said thank you for sharing. How do you think that they felt when Pete invited them over to eat a sandwich? Let me know in a comment to this video or in a Seesaw post with a photo or a video of you answering my questions. I hope you enjoyed this book and I'll see you tomorrow.